So this morning we've come to Samutor School, where our main interest is a Montessori room. You can see it's in the middle of a village, so virtually no land. And we wanted to help them grow some vegetables. So we had to be rather innovative. Now Mark is going to explain to us what this item is on the wall. Mark, what are we looking at here?
We're looking at a vertical garden, one of 4 different parts of Samutor's garden project. The principal was interested in doing something that would take space that was previously unused and turning it into a factory of vegetables.
Right.
So, based on our agriculture staff, his name's Winko, he had been doing some research over the past few months about how to successfully do a vertical garden.
Right.
And one of the biggest keys is using a lot of plastic bottles, which are free. You just take some time collecting them, and then you can fill them with a number of materials that make a very strong kind of compost.
So what's in each of these bottles?
Each of these bottles contains mix from the compost pit that Samutor has been working on since March.
Right.
Also sawdust from these old mushroom bags, spore bags.
And this would be thrown away if it wasn't used here?
Yeah, usually they just get thrown away. So this was a great school choice because they consistently have a lot of mushroom bags.
Wonderful.
Also cow manure.
Right.
And a number of liquid fertilizers that we make for very low cost at the school. They're called IMOs.
Okay.
Indigenous microorganisms.
And what are we going to plant in here?
So we have 2 setups. We have one wall garden over here and one wall garden over there. The way they're set up is that there's 2 different sections. There's a leaf vegetable section, which it will be done in the bottles.
Right.
And there will be a fruit vegetable section, which is done in this double dug bed at the bottom.
And will these grow up poles? Are these climbing plants?
A number, yeah. Some of them are climbing plants, like beans,
right.
Wing beans or long beans.
Right.
A number of them are also just kind of ground level, like pumpkin.
Right.
So all of the fruit-bearing vegetables at the bottom, all of the leaf-bearing vegetables at the top.
Okay, and you've planted these on a north-facing wall? This in the shade?
Yeah.
Okay.
North-facing wall, so most of the morning, and then come afternoon it gets some maybe 3 to 4 hours of sun.
Okay. And can we go to see what you're growing to put in these bottles?
Sure. We also have a nursery that we're trying to rotate so that every 2 weeks or so we'll have a fresh round ready to transplant.
Right.
So it'll be kind of like a scheduled launch. We have mustard, we have coriander, more mustard, and then the things that are already planted are pumpkin and I think okra.
Right. This is the pumpkin down here, is it?
Yes.
Excellent.
So it's got some,
and a few mushrooms that hadn't quite died out.
Yeah, exactly. Still doing spring.
Wow, this is wonderful.
So these are only the first 2 steps. The 3rd step and the 4th step will be done at the front of the school.
Yeah.
Doing a lot more climbing plants. So a lot more beans and a lot more vegetables that have a lot of vitamin A and iron.
Right.
Yep.
Can we just see the compost section as well?
Sure. There's basically 2 really strong raw materials here. One is this compost pit, which is nearly empty now. We've dug out quite a bit of it. We started that in March of 2012, so now it's September. This has had a lot of time to mix together and have all of the indigenous microorganisms, or the organic fertilizers, do their thing, and it's all potent now.
And the contents of these sacks, is that manure that you had to pay for, or was that donated by somebody?
Donated. The school truck driver knows a friend who gave us 23 bags of.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So the total cost of all of this at the moment is just the seeds?
So the total cost of the compost pit and these 2 vertical gardens is the wooden frame.
Right.
And also the cost of making the microorganisms, so the fertilizers, and the seeds. Everything else was done for free, including all of the roof tiles that are setting up the small double dug bed at the bottom.
Oh, yes.
Those are all just broken and free.
And presumably you trained quite a few pupils at the same time.
Yes, there's 10 to 15 boarding house students that are going to be taking responsibility for the project. And there's also the cook's husband who really likes agriculture.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Yeah, happy to.